could be cash flow. You have to understand how the money is supposed to come in, how you're supposed to manage it, and how it goes out, how you pay your bills, and how maybe you acquire inventory to get money to you to the business. Another thing that one needs to understand as an entrepreneur is communication. How do you communicate a product, about your service, about your business to your customers or your potential customers? Another thing that an entrepreneur needs to really understand is the system that is supposed to use to make their business model work. What kind of system are you going to use? What kind of distribution channel are you going to use? Apart from that, they need to understand the legalities involved in a business. By legalities, I mean the policies, the rules that govern the operations of a business. And lastly, they really need to understand their own product so that they can be able to sell it to their customers or potential customers. So those are the five things that are really essential for an entrepreneur to understand. They need to understand those five. They are interconnected because the success of a business may entirely depend on whether they understand the interconnectedness between those five things. Those are some of the most important things that someone needs to understand as an entrepreneur is just starting out. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Bruce. Thank you. Now, on the little things, add up to kidogo kenye amesema, the little things one should consider. One, venye tu amesema, the skills and the knowledge, very essential. Another thing is get to have 3 people. One, these are get to have a coach, get to have a mentor, and get to have a mentor, a coach, and the 3 an investor or somebody who can actually input to your business. Now, the 3, coach, mentor, and somebody who will trust the process or who will be with you. Yes, they'll be with you, but somebody who is willing to invest or to input into your business or into your idea. The 3, very essential. Another thing is the little things about bado tuko hapo. Another thing is that pride eka kando. Pride haitawai saidia a business, it won't help you. Venye tu tunasema tu pride comes before a fall. Trust me, kwa business it does. Kwa sababu pride it usually blinds one from seeing the cracks in the wall of a dam. The same thing, it prevents you from seeing the cracks in your business. Ukiona umefika huko juu, oh my god. Kama leo I've come to learn that SMEs ni businesses zenye they're generating revenues between 500,000 and 100 million. So kama uko bado na imagine sasa tulikuwa tuna discuss like kama yako haujifikisha 500, so that means hata uko part of what Kenya yenye wanaitwa the small businesses. So who are you now? So it's amazing. So kama hujafikia huko, kama bado tu yako 500,000 mpaka 100 million bado anajiita small businesses, that means they're humble. What of you mwenye unaanza? Be humble. I was listening to one of my mentors. Na this mentor alikuwa anasema alipatana na mtu mwenye he was picking up some magazines from inaitwaje mail ya store yake. Then akakuja kumuuliza, mbona unachukua yetu, you are the head of all this franchise? Akamwambia okay, now akamuuliza like mbona unashtuka, see this business is mine. Amuuliza ungeambia mtu achukue nini? Akamwambia no, this business is mine, na customer kiingia hataki kujua nani mwenye amechukua the meal or not. The main thing ni bora we've delivered the service or the product. So kiburi eka nyuma. Another thing is build your foundation. build the foundation of your business in such a way that back at the growth or the scale or all that, it won't kill your business. Kwa sababu tumeona hata businesses zingine time zilikuwa ndogo zilikuwa sawa, but kwenye zilianza kuscale, oh my god, that was the end of them. So get to focus on the foundation, build a good foundation of your business. Another thing is that always be solving the problems heads on. When you tunasema ukikosa kuziba ufa utajenga ukuta, make sure that you pay keen attention to your business. These are the little things yenye watu waonangi, but always be paying keen attention to your business. Enye hata kama ni an employee ameongelesha mtu vibaya, you can notice. Kama ni social media kulikuwa na some miscommunication, uta notice. Always pay keen attention to your business, okay? Always pay keen attention to your business. Always, always, always. Head on. Never forget to pay keen attention to your business. Sawa sawa. Hope mnanisikia. Hope mnanisikia. Bruce, kindly confirm. Bruce, kindly confirm kwa mnanisikia. Then tuendelee nisikuwe najiongelesha.
Nakusikia, just that I had a little bit of issue nikapotea, but I'm back. Ulikuwa unasikika?
Okay, thank you. Now, another thing that the little thing is that tusiwahi sahau as entrepreneurs, it's either you float or you sink. And another thing that bado iko in line with that point is that losers never quit. And when they winners never quit, and when they quit, it's when they have succeeded. Wengine wanasemanga losers quit when they fail, while winners fail until they succeed. Make sure you fail. Sijui nitawaambia ni businesses ngapi sometimes utabidi you ziende chini, then you start again. You'll have to. But as long as in you are one willing to serve the people, you'll forever stick there. You'll forever hold in there. Hata kama uende upatane na government waanze kusiju kusema nini, bado you'll still have a reason to come back and push on with your business. Ndio maana nilisema don't focus on the profits if you're an entrepreneur, but focus on serving the people, because the profits zinaweza fika zikuwe 100 billion. Will you stop your business, ama will you focus on serving the people? Now you'll never kill that business. Na hata kama utabidi useme maybe utoke, you'll make sure that there's a system that will ensure that these people are served accordingly even when you leave. That's a very good important a very key point there. For this leo tunataka tutengeneze the foundations kidogo. Another thing that I want us to talk about, maybe this will be probably the last, then tuendelee from there kesho, is the characteristics between an S quadrant and a B quadrant. The reason mbona nimesema S quadrant, kindly kama before tuisome unaweza anzanga kuisoma. There's a book inaitwa Cash Flow Quadrant. It's a good book. Najua so many networking companies wanasemanga wanaielewa, but they don't. Enye wanasemanga sijui business owner, sijui self-employed, sijui nini, hata wenyewe hawajaielewa kwa sababu most of them hata hawajaisoma hiyo book. So please get the book. Inaitwa Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. It's a nice book. Usikuje kuambia na mtu. Let me just say this. So many networking companies wanasemanga they are giving you an opportunity for you to build your business. Ati sasa you'll be part of the business you'll be part of the B quadrant. Hapo, that's a huge lie. One, let me just say this ndo tuendelee na ndo mjue the difference hata before nizi state. One, a business owner builds their system or around they build their system around their specific product or service that they themselves are producing. Why am I saying that? Ni tutoe this analogy ati when in network marketer there hapo tu ndio kitu yenye nataka sijui nitawaambiaje. Network marketing, hapo kitu tu yenye wewe mwenyewe unafanya is that you are doing network marketing. That is your job. Full stop. If you don't show up, you won't gain. For a business owner, I can take months and months out of my business and I'll still find my money growing na sitawahi kosa money in my bank. But for a network marketing, you must hit a certain goal. Ninasema hivyo because I've ever worked as a network marketer. Lazima uhit a certain goal for you to earn. So hata kama uko na hawa watu wote sijui when you may refine all that sijui nini wana gain, as long as you don't hit your target, hakuna venye uta earn. So hautaweza ni convinced that you're building your own system, that you're building your business. Ukikosa kumarket, ukikosa kusell, you won't gain anything. That's network marketing for you. So mtu asikudanganye. Then another thing, a business owner sacrifices themselves for the good of their business and they're willing to wait for their business to scale ndio waweze kulia. But for a network marketing, they sell to you this analogy of a lavish lifestyle. A very lavish lifestyle. For me, mimi nilikuwa naipinga sana. I've worked for them and I've worked in one of the companies in Kenya. Now, it's one of the biggest network marketing companies in Kenya. Kuna this thing in wanasema, they'll give you a car. Wanakuonyesha sijui car award, sijui villa. Okay, you've given me a car. Sawa. Who is going to insure this car? Me. Who is going to pay for the fuel? Me. Who is going to pay for the service and maintenance? Me. So, aje hapo utaniambia ati you've helped me, yet kenye umefanya ni umenipea stress mingi hata zaidi. Tuingie hata kwa villa. A villa one, you'll have to ujaze furnitures. That's one. For a villa lazima ukuwe na insurance cover for it. That's two. Saizi sijui kuna government policy sijui nini ya houses sijui nini, you'll have to pay. Then gavo kikuja kuangalia taxes zako na wakiona style yenye unaishi wanaweza kuhanda. So hapo utaniambia je umenisaidia, yet the only thing that you've done is that push my my expenses so high. And the reason why you are doing that is for me to focus on your business, on that business and you mnasema now I'm supposed to have freedom so that I may generate more money for you so that I may sustain my lifestyle. Sijui bro, zabu niambie maybe mimi ndo ninakuwa nitasema aje kuwa too rigid. What do you think? Do you think network marketing is part of the big quadrant kweli?
Network marketing is essentially a corner-based game. What they do, they sell lies in the form of you buying a system. There's no way you can tell me that you can make $500,000 within 6 months, and for me to make the same amount of money, I have to join you and make some like make the same system. Like I make people join under me so that I can make money. So it's form of it's a scam. It's one of the biggest scam that humanity doesn't haven't understand yet, because most people don't really understand what business is all about. So for business to make, let's say, such amount of money, it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of years for a business to reach that level. So it's just a scam. It's not real. Anything that is sort of real and it's a business, for a business, let's say, to make such amount of revenue, they must have an excellent leverage system. For example, if you see the customer base of most international banks, they have branches all over different continents, which makes up a lot of their capital. So you cannot tell me that I can just make a lot of money just from a few people in the name of this ideology of network marketing. So it's not really just scam.
Amazing. So that's what I can tell you. I've been there. I've worked for them. Congo, what I can just tell you. For me, I'll just say you're being an employer, an employee to them, and what you're doing is that you're helping them getting more employees. And yeah, kwa sababu wabu imagine the owner of that business alitengeneza just the product. For them, they're just focusing on the product. Then wakakuja wakakutengeneza ka kitabu. Then for you, you'll do the rest of the work. You'll help them gain employees, you'll help them gain customers, you'll help them market their products with zero budget. They'll not have to invest in either of the things. For them, they'll just focus on the product. Then the rest of the thing, you're the one who is doing. So kwangu, you don't have a business. That's not a business. You're just employed. Now, let me show you now mbona ninasema hivyo. Ubaya sasa hapa hakuna an employee quadrant. You're just going to talk of the S quadrant and the B quadrant. But one which I can tell you is that an E quadrant, they always want a surety. That means security. Yes, in the network marketing, ukikosa kufanya kazi nini. Yes, kwangu mimi naweza sema, if you want to gain experience on selling, if you want to gain a bit of experience of entrepreneurship before you dive into being a true entrepreneur, you can go and exercise your skills huko. That usema hiyo ndio the training ground. And time nilijoin, let me just share this. Time mimi nilijoin network marketing, yes, I joined. It was good. And I had this analogy kama any other African ya kutengeneza pesa haraka. Fine. But nikapatana na one of my mentors. Kaniambia, okay, Beth, it's fine. Umejoin? Good. Now, this is what I want you to do. You are going to practice your skills, your selling, your marketing skills, and your communication skills. Hiyo ni mambo ya inaitwaje, convincing people, pitching out your idea and all this and selling to them. Then immediately you have achieved this, get out. So remember, if you don't do that, what you will do is that you'll fall a victim to the rest of the people. How? They work till their old age. But for you, you want to work and retire early and still reap the benefits of your company. That's the goal. Retire early and still get to spend and get to live a lavish lifestyle. Kitu ingine pia we tend to forget is that business, ama niseme entrepreneurs, they are visionary. There's this mentor alisema, if you want to know that your business will stay for long and it actually has foundation na haita collapse anytime soon, you'll have to give it a time frame of 900 days. Within the 900 days, kama ulikuwa unakaa kwa bedsitter, endelea kukaa kwa bedsitter. Hata kama your business is making 100 million, don't buy your car, don't move from your house. Stay there. Kama ulikuwa unakula ugali mboga ukianza business, for the next 3 years, usijaribu kuchange your diet. You'll change after the 900 days. Okay? So, mbona is that every money that you get, you will be focusing on creating good cash flows for your business. You'll be focusing on buying assets and making profits and nini for your business to stand. You'll be focusing on the foundation of the business. Then after that, now with the profits of your business, now you can start enjoying yourself. How? For example, ulianza your business, maybe ulikuwa zero cash. Yes, zero cash. Sababu Robert Kiyosaki taught me an amazing thing. Never start a business with your own money. Start it with other people's business, with other people's money. An amazing trick. It's a very good trick and it works. And the best way to do it, kama kuna mwingine pia alisema, never start a company if you don't have a market. Why? Anza kuuza kwanza, get the market, show your products, get to have the brand. Now register your company. Then you'll forever never lack any customers. Na sasa itasaidia aje from the customers that you'll be serving. Utaweza kupata pesa hata ya kuregister, utaweza kupata pesa yako hata ya ku have that office. Ndenye pia kwa this book inasema first start as a self-employed person before you move to the business owner, because hawezi ruka, ni venye hawezi zaliwa na ukuwe mtu mkubwa. You must crawl, you must be breastfed. Lazima upitie that ka stage. So make sure you give yourself that time frame. Now, what's the difference between a self-employed person and a business owner? Now, this is what I'll just explain briefly. Itataja to the self-employed, then the business owner side. Now, a self-employed person has challenge in trusting others to do the job, since they have to do it themselves, since basically wanakuanga tu perfectionist. Na most of the time self-employed people wanakuanga watu wenye they have a skill they have been doing for long, then wakaona okay, since I want to be my own boss, why don't I go and use this skill and I start serving people. Tunasemanga au ni affiliates. And sisi affiliate, I mean jina inaitwa aje? Acha nikikumbuka nitasema. Ngoja. Naitwa si affiliate, nimesahau jina. Mtu anafanya kazi mwenyewe. Sijui kama Bruce, hebu nikumbushe jina yenye mtu anaweza fanya kazi peke yake bila kuwa na msaidizi, something of the sort.
Freelancing.
Yes. Now freelancing. Yeah, what they'll be doing is that they'll be freelancing. Why? Because then they're using the skills that they're having. Now ndo wanaenda wanaifanya. A good example pia ni kama mtu mwenye ako kwa pharmacy. Hataki kufanya kazi kwa nitwaje? Kwa hospitali, but anataka sasa kuwa na pharmacy nitwaje, chemist yake. So what do they do? Wanaenda wanachukua dawa, wanabuy, then they sell. But ukitaka, yes, that's a good platform where you will start. But the main thing is that you make sure you grow. That means after that, make sure ufike mahali, now you'll move from being the person who is selling, being the person who is making the calls, being the person who is actually back up paying for the rent, to the person now who is employing. In short, you are creating a system. Get to have people on board when watafanya hizi vitu zote. The benefit of that is that it will help you grow. That means for you sasa utafikiria apart from sasa since hii kona watu, what do I do next? By the way utajipata hata most of the time you'll have a free time. So utataka ku have a challenge, what will that do? Utakuwa pushed ku open another branch. Now, without, since you just have a system, people will be employed, then it will help you even grow your revenue, it will help you think, it will help you even manage your people well, na itakusaidia. That's the aim of being a business owner. So hiyo ninasema tu the difference between a self-employed person na ninaelezea pia how to be a business owner. Then another thing is that they grow so hapo kwa nini is that they grow in terms of partnership. So sijui kama mnaelewa, in terms of groups, like hawataki kujiachilia, like hawataki, naona kama venye mtu unataka ukiwa na mtu you want to trust only them, how you're not ready to trust somebody that you don't know. Kwa sababu if you want to be a business owner, utajipata hata maybe hata your PA hata hujaimjua. That's the first time you're meeting them, and you'll have to employ them because you need them, and since they're qualified. That's the aim of being a business owner. So most self-employed people, they don't trust people. They want just to grow in the groups. And kuna mtu aliniambia ukitaka kugrow vizuri as much as possible, kubali that kuna watu wenye mlikuwa mnakaa nao kwenyu ushago, hautawahi waongelesha for the rest of your life. So accept growth. Another thing is that they are the assets of the business. That means the business cannot grow without them. You know, resources of a business most of the time ndio zinakuwa the assets. Sema kama an asset of a business can be one, we can have the employees, the product pay, it's an asset. Two, we have the supplies, kama the trucks maybe of a business and all that, that's the asset. We have the office or the premise, that's an asset of the business. So ukiwa ni wewe peke yako utoe these other assets, that means the business cannot work. Why? Wewe ndio mtu atake come in contact with your business, lazima akupate wewe. That means haiwezi enda tu kwa ofisi na haiwezi kuona what is happening. Na most of the time hauendange kuona other nitaje, haukwange na an office, unaendanga tu kwa mahoteli. That's one. Two, you don't have employees. That means without you, hata ukigonjeka even one single minute, your business won't run because you're the main person, you're the asset of the business. Another thing is that the product, sema kama ni manufacturing of the product, no mwenye ni manufacture, there's nobody else who knows the recipe to coming up with the product or the service. So hakuna venye watu wengine wataweza kusaidika. That means when you take a break, or when you're having maybe your darkest moments, or maybe you're not feeling okay, that means your business won't run. Now most of the time, not most of the time, customers are habitual. What does that mean? A customer is not your friend. I think that's something that you're supposed to really understand. Your customer is not your friend. They're habitual. That means when they get somebody who is producing a better service or a better product than you, they will shift instantly. Hawatafikiria mara ya pili, they will shift. And the reason why they are sticking to your business is because they are gaining value. The day that they will find a better source, or they will feel as if unawaibia ni kama what they are paying for, it's not equivalent to the value that they're getting, you are out of business. So that's another thing. Don't be the only asset of your business. Please don't. Another thing is that self-employed person, their business is their job. The business is their job. That means without the business they cannot move. Naona? But for a business owner, yes, hata ndio maana venye nilianza na kusema kuna kuanga na founder and CEO. That means you can be the founder and not the CEO. What does that mean? A founder, you gain the benefits of the business by you reap the benefits of the business by getting dividends, or maybe determine the shares that you're holding in your business. But for a CEO, is paid by the business. So that means kama you're the only person in the business, you're the CEO, you're the HR, you are the hair, wewe ndio kila kitu, customer care, wewe ndio the operation sijui nani, wewe ndio mtu wa procurement. That means without you hakuna venye itarun, na this is your job. That means hata you can't focus on other things. Ndio maana utafika mahali venye tumesema ni your job, utapata you don't have time for your family, you don't have time for your loved ones, you cannot focus in other things, you cannot focus even in maybe investing somewhere else, or maybe being a director to a certain other company. This is your only job. So ukikosa kuwa, nothing will happen. So that's a wrong move. So venye tulisema, if you want your business to grow, give it space. Venye tulianza na kusema, if you're having a business, make sure you pay yourself. Ukihesabu ya employees kwa payrolls, andika jina yako. Usikubali ati profits zenye zinakuja kwa business unaeka yote kwa mfuko. Kenye utakuwa unafanya ni utakuwa unadunga business yako, unaitoa damu. That means sooner or later you will kill your business, because the profits zinafaa kwenda inaitwaje, to buy more assets, to scale the business. Inafaa kusaidia the business to grow. Kumbuke, a business is a living thing. It's something that is living. That means you're supposed to nurture it, you're supposed to feed it, you're supposed to make sure that it grows. Venye mtu anachunganga mtoto, that's the same way that you're supposed to treat your business. Auendangi kwa mtoto wako ukimnyima chakula ati Kenya anakula unakula pia, sijui nini. No. Make sure you pay yourself. Now, make sure the profits zina circulate. Ndio hiyo venye nimesema, they are their own jobs. Nime-explain baka na the business owner. The next thing is that your name is in the name of the business. That's a self-employed person. Asi kuna watu wengine they have, tuseme kama Aga Khan. Aga Khan is a huge business, and the reason why nitasema that's a huge business, kwangu sitasema entirely, but they registered the name as a business name. That means as a company. That means it's inaitangwaje, the company is not directly affecting them. So inaitangwa nini? Ni unlimited or something. Like what happens to the business cannot affect you directly. Okay? Like business kama inaenda chini, or maybe it has loans to pay, hakuna venye watu watakuja wa acquire your properties so that they may pay the business. No. So nimepata. It's an entity on its own. So hata kama una register, maybe I say to ni register a business itwe Beth Furnitures. Nikita Beth Furnitures, as much as possible, hata kama nimesema ni Beth Furnitures, nimeiweka imekuwa a separate entity from me. Hakuna venye business kwa sababu inaenda chini, people will start attacking me. No, they will attack the business, but not me. Yes, that's a good one. Yes, naona David kama amesema hapo, it's a limited company. Amazing. Then another thing, it's that income stops when you stop working. Yote ndio venye nimesema mambo ya jobs and all that. Make sure that the revenue, you have a system. Let the system be working for you. Usiwe kubali ati because maybe something has happened to you or something sijui nini, ati hakuna siku you'll get to have a vacation or something just because of your business. No. A business inafaa kukupea financial freedom, inafaa kusaidia hata your life ikuwe easier. No, si ati ikuwe more tougher. The only time yenye business inafaa kuwa hectic kwako ni the first few years ya lay the foundation, na hiyo ndio tumesema, you've talked of the 900 days of your business, that's equivalent to 3 years. Make sure you build a good foundation, then after that, after imeanza kuscale, give your time to to relax, kwa sababu the main thing that you as a founder or a CEO of a business, the main work that you're supposed to be doing, one is making decisions, two is helping the business grow. And how do you do this? Is one, by you yourself gaining more skills, gaining more knowledge. How do you do this? Go back to schools, get more education, read more books, get to explore, have more experience. And how do you get all this? Kama tuwe mwenye una focus tu on the operations of the business. Take yourself out of the business. Kuna this book inaitwaje? There's this book nimeisahau, ilikuwa inasema build a business, a system, then make sure you're not part of the system. That means you don't work there. Ndio naona kama an eagle venye iko juu inaweza ona chini vizuri kwa sababu haiko kwa ground. That's how you as a founder or a business or the entrepreneur unafaa kufanya. Build the system, let people be working, then kuwa juu. Because ukiwa juu, hata business ikuwa criticized, hauta feel directly, your ego haitakuwa affected. Nakumbuka kenye tuliongelea about how to win friends and influence people. Tulisema sometimes huwa tunaambiwa kitu quite wrong, but it affects us because our ego hatutaki kusikia. Hatutaki kuambiwa kwa tumefanya ubaya. But ukienda waambiwe maybe your customer aliongelesha bana sio mwenye ulifanya, and since uko huko juu, you can rectify that very fast without you being affected. So be the eagle of your business. Don't be on the ground. It's not advisable. Haitakusaidia kuscale. Yeah. Another thing is that employees call for calls, or self-employed people call when there is a problem, but a business owner always make sure that they solve the problems head on. Kuna kindly mimi mtanisamea, nitawaambia tu books zenye mtasoma, kindly mko mna note down. Kuna book inaitwa Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich inasema don't be negative when things are negative, and don't be positive when things are positive. In a simple way inasema when things are going well, be cautious. When things are going negative, and I mean when things are not going according to plan, ama vitu zimeanza kuenda vibaya, now start jubilating. Inamaanisha nini? Ukiona like vitu zimekuwa ngumu, like encourage yourself, and now like make sure like everything is okay. Like when ukwendo ule mtu mwenye anapea watu motivation, because you're the leader. The leader hezi lia na watu wengine wanalia. No, you're the one supposed to be motivating people. Na time vitu ziko mzuri, start preparing for a downfall. So unaona kama venye vitu kama ziko mzuri, now anza kuangalia possibilities in case kitu ifanyike. Ndio maana kuna a risk kwa part of building the system. You're supposed to build a contingency plan or a risk management plan. And in case of anything, what should happen? In case stocks zianze kwenda chini and your market is ikwe broken, what do you do? You're supposed to have that. Ndio maana kwa Bible inasemanga when you're having plenty, make sure you save for the dry seasons. Ndio time kuna dry seasons, you're the one who will be supplying to the other people. It's a good strategy. So that's the aim of a business owner, and that's how a business owner should think. Maybe let me open the platform. Somebody maybe atuambie one or two things on maybe the characteristics of B quadrant, S quadrant, about business systems. Yes, we have Bruce, Nona David, Assis. Yes, you're free to share.
Excuse me. What will you share? Like exactly what is the question?
Kama uko na anything to add on the characteristics between the S quadrant and the B quadrant. Maybe kama uko na kitu ya kusema since we are almost winding up.
A self-employed person is essentially somebody who has made the job itself the boss, because at the end of the day, you are working for your job. Without you, the job will not move forward. Good example can be in today's age, we have a lot of social media influencers. Whenever they are sick or something happens to them, they are out of business. But whenever they are okay, they are in business. So they are essentially just self-employed because the brand itself is them. And if anything happens to them, they are out of business. So they are the biggest asset to the business. So they are attached to their business. They are self-employed. They are using their name or reputation as the asset that makes them money in terms of being brand ambassadors to different products and businesses. A business is sort of different. A business is an existing system that makes money for you even when you are no longer like in business. For example, there's a reason why you find that most Indians that are maybe Muslims, they are very successful businesses because you find that in those families, their great grandfather started the business, implemented the system. That system was inherited by maybe the son. The son gave it to their own son. So at the end of the day, there's already an existing system that generates money for this family. Whether they are working or not, the system already exists. So the difference between S and B quadrant is that for the B quadrant, the existing leverage system is independent. It's not codependent. It doesn't depend on anyone, but just needs people to streamline it, to make it work. But for the S quadrant, you have to be there for the system to work because you're the whole system. That's what I can say about the S and B.
Amazing. Thank you, Mr. Bruce. As we're winding up, I'd like to leave you with two statements. Is that one? If you're starting, no, three statements. If you're starting or thinking of starting your own business, you might want to talk to an entrepreneur about how much time he or she spends on non-income producing activities to take care of his or her business. Let me repeat that. If you are thinking about starting your own business, you might want to talk to an entrepreneur about how much he or she spends on non-income producing activities to take care of his or her business. Another thing that I'd like to say is if you are going to jump out of a plane without a parachute, you may as well win big if you are going to win at all, because it's a huge risk. Usijichome bure. Another thing is if you can leave your, this is one thing, it's related to what we've been discussing on the S and the B quadrant, the difference. If you can leave your job for a year and come back and find it stronger and bigger, you have created a big business. That's a B quadrant business. But if you cannot, you have created a job and so you are an S quadrant. That means a small business. Food for thought. Which business are you having? Food for thought. Thank you for your time, guys. Hope this session has been of value to you. Yes, we'll be meeting here from 8:30, change of plans since kumekuwa na some shifts kidogo, but hope all is well on your side. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely evening. Good night.